Welcome everyone to a very cool paradox I've thought of. Now here's the paradox of the Iron Gate, paradox. Now the paradox comes, for example, imagine you are walking on a path on the field. Now it's a pathway and around it is a field. It's a green field around you. Now, all around you is a green field. Now, imagine that on the pathway where the green field is, and the field is up and even behind you. Now imagine so far in the path that there exists an iron gate. Now, you cannot go around this iron gate because around the iron gate is an invisible barrier. You cannot go around it here because there's an invisible barrier all around it, even on top of it, even underneath it. So you cannot go anywhere, you cannot go around the gate, you have to go through the gate. Now, the paradox comes into play when you think about this following question. You have two options. You can either pay. Now behind the gate there's a guard. There's a guard behind the gate that's standing behind the gate waiting for you to pay. He wants you to either pay a £5 or to use the special ticket and go for free without paying anything at all. Now you can pay £5 by cash, card or coins that make up £5. Like you could have 5 £1 coins or two £2 coins and one £1 coin to make £5. So you could either pay coins, card or cash. And if you pay with the card, only £5 will be taken out of your card. Any card is available to pay with. Visa, debit, credits, redeem. Any way to pay £5 for the gate to open is allowed. Now the question is, you are allowed to pay the £5, but you're also allowed not to pay the £5. Now that's where the thing comes into play with. And this is what I like to call the cycle of generosity. If you've heard of the cycle, what goes around comes around. So, therefore, if someone decides to, say, push his friend off a cliff, you can see, so to push him off a cliff like this. Now, there's a river under the cliff, so he's not dead, but he decides to be mean anyway. He too, later on in his time, so he's the one that pushed him, so he too will get his own, so he too will also be pushed off the cliff. So now they're both down the cliff, you can see. So they're both down the cliff, so they're both down the cliff. So what goes around comes around. So he pushed him, now he pushes back. Now the thing is, if you decide to pay the £5, you never had to pay the £5, but you wanted to pay them. So therefore you give the £5 cash. Now the gate opens. Now the thing is, because what goes around comes around, and this also works for good things as well. Say you help someone who is, let's say, homeless. You desperately help someone who's homeless, and the next day you get to meet your favorite YouTuber or something like this. Or your favorite musician, you get to meet your favorite musician, favorite YouTuber, and anything like that. Because it was just a cycle. You never really expected to meet them, or no, you never expected anything back to happen to you in a good way. You just wanted to help this homeless person. So now, because of the good reason, you now have met your favorite YouTuber. Now that's the thing, guys, because you've met them, your favorite YouTuber. Now, guys, we can see that this is how the Iron Gate works. Don't see. Okay, so we can see that this is how the Iron Gate works. We could have, let's say, a grey path to be more suitable for this paradox. So we can have a grey path and you're walking it for miles and miles and miles. Somewhere in the path is a grey fence, but around the path, and let's get our brush to the biggest. Around the path, guys, there is, actually, no, I got an idea. There we go. I guess this does not look the best, but least is better than nothing. So yeah, this is you now. Now it's all the field around you. No, it's the best I could do. So that's that. Now this is you. Now, thing is that if you paid the £5 to go and pay them, you could have something back happen to you because you paid the £5. And this is why I like to call the cycle of generosity, because you've paid the £5, the gate has opened. So this is day one. So you have day one here. You have day one. You paid the £5. So day two, you suddenly met your favorite YouTuber or your favorite musician, your favorite rock star, or anyone that you've wanted to meet before. You've suddenly met them, or something like, say, or you had a or you basically, whatever. Anyways, something good happened to you. You know, either you had half price of something, or you paid the price. So date 2 is you meeting with your favorite YouTuber or something like this. That's day 2. But if you decided not to pay, nothing will happen to you. So if you decide day 1 not to pay anything, nothing will happen to you. But if you decide to pay, something good will happen to you because you were generous. So that's what I like to call the paradox of generosity, or the cycle of generosity, where you get something back even when you're not asking for it. You get something back even when you just decided to be generous and not expecting anything back in return. That's a higher possibility that you will get something in return. So don't expect, or don't try to unless you try to expect, but which is still alright. I'm sorry to unexpect it, but technically it's the cycle of generosity. So yeah, guys, just don't worry, and just generosity is the level. Obviously, you could get something back when you expect it, so yeah. So you also have... Also, if you do not pay, nothing back will happen to you. So remember the cycle of generosity. So A does good to B, and B does good to C, then C does good to A. So that's that. So so A produces good energy to B produces the good energy to C, and C produces back the same good energy that from A started all of this to A. Another thing I like to talk about is the infinite punching paradox. Now, imagine we have A, B, and C. Now, A is punching B because B is punching C. So A is punching B because B is punching C, because C is punching A. So you can see that there is no one who started this fight. So you can see that's just a quick paradox to describe me like a cycle. And it's just a quick paradox I decided to show you right here, guys. How A punches B, then A is punching B because B is punching C. So A is punching B because B is punching C, but the reason why B is punching C is because C is punching A. So the reason why B is punching C is because C is punching A, but the reason why C is punching A is because A is punching B. So you can see that it's a cycle. You can see that no one started this battle, so no one is the beginning. So yeah, I hope that you did enjoy this video. Now this is just a paradox video for you guys on a bit of philosophy. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and just like guys, bye.